All right, what up, y'all? This is Aaron Mallory, aka MrLetGo, and this is another episode of Aaron After Dark. And this edition of Aaron After Dark is going to be a very, very deep episode. My question to you for tonight is: Did you get did you inherit your mom's abandonment issues? Did you inherit your mother's abandonment issues? See, not only do a lot of you not realize that you have or may have abandonment issues, but you may not realize where you actually got them from. So make sure to hit the like button and do that. Had to make sure the money's going. Okay. So what's up, Delisha? What's going on? What's going on? Okay, y'all get y'all bonnets ready on Instagram. I'll answer that truthfully, yes. Okay, so look. First, what we're going to do is discuss what abandonment issues actually are, what they look like, what they feel like, and get an understanding of which one of these abandonment issues do you have, if any. That's the first thing, because we have to actually explain what's actually going on for you to be able to recognize if you have these issues, right? So let's go over these abandonment issues real quick. All right. And if this resonates with you, I want you to say, yes, that's me. Okay. In the comments. Yes, that's me. Or no, that's not me. Okay. The first one is you are a people pleaser. See, a lot of women in particular don't realize that them being people pleasers are actually part of your potential abandonment issues. You know, there's so many women who run around saying, well, yeah, I just got to make sure everybody's okay. I don't know why everybody depends on me. I'm the main person that everybody has to depend on in my family and all these different things, right? But you don't realize why this is actually happening. You think somebody is doing something to you, but actually, in all actuality, that's not the case at all. You are doing this to yourself because you have abandonment issues. So you are a people pleaser and you put everybody else's needs ahead of yours in hopes, because here's the thing, in hopes that they don't leave you. That's the biggest thing. See, it's not necessarily about you just being a people pleaser. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. It's about why. Like, why is this happening? We always have to focus on the why, because you just being a people pleaser is one thing, but we have to look at why are you a people pleaser. I like to go deep and figure and help you guys figure out what's actually happening. Okay, so Delisha says, yes, that's me. All right, because they feel that they don't do stuff for people, so people won't leave them. Yes, exactly. That's what it is. See, like I said, we got to pay attention to why. Why? So the first thing is you are a people pleaser. And the reason why you're a people pleaser isn't that you're just a people pleaser. It's because you have a fear of being abandoned. What's going on, Miss Nicole? Let's get it. So that's the first thing. A lot of people have said, yes, that's me, because I'm on Instagram and on YouTube. So the next one is, because this is going to get deeper, but the next one is you feel inadequate And for some reason, you need to be reassured of virtually everything, your existence. To a certain degree, some of you need reassurance of your simple existence. Like you need somebody to make you feel better about your own feelings, because you feel inadequate. You don't feel worthy. Why is this? Potentially abandonment issues. Because here's the thing. You already feel inadequate, right? But what happens is if people around you don't give you the reassurance you need, now you're going to stay anxious and you're not necessarily going to be the best person you need to be because you're going to be still steady worrying about what the other person is thinking. What's up, TBE Trucking? What's going on? Have you ever looked at somebody or you felt something from somebody or you got this fake vibe from somebody and you just like, you don't love me. You don't even care about me, do you? You start spazzing out on that person and the person didn't even do anything. I actually did a coaching call earlier and I told her some things about how men don't really like care about a lot of the things that women care about, right? Like, for example, women don't necessarily want to imagine how guys don't necessarily like talking that much because women like to talk, right? And some of y'all think since women like to talk, men should want to listen, right? And I'll easily tell a woman, like, no, we don't want to talk like that, right? But one of the reasons, in my opinion, why you require or feel the need for that man to talk to you so much is because you need that constant reassurance. Literally every 30 minutes, you want to make sure he's not thinking about leaving you or something, or thinking about some other woman or something. So the more y'all talk, the more you feel reassured and you feel a little bit less inadequate, right? This is potentially due to someone leaving you in the past and you've internalized it and you grew up feeling that if you had a second chance, to change the experience that happened to you when you were a kid, you'll be able to make them stay. I'll say that again. When you were a kid, there's a possibility that somebody left you. But since you were a kid, you had no power over them leaving you. And you internalize that. And in some way, you feel like they left you because of something that you did or something that you failed to do. So now that you're grown, you have a little bit more control over your narrative. And you actually look at your new boyfriend, your new girlfriend, and you can get to the point where you may feel like, you know what? This isn't going to happen to me again. They're not going to, I have a little bit more power over the narrative now. I can do this. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And this time I'm going to make sure they stay. I don't want to feel like that again. I don't want to go through what I went through when I was a kid. So I'm going to do everything I can do, which is kissing their butt or giving them everything that they want or not speaking up. Because now you feel like I can make that person stay because I'm grown and I'm no longer a child. So that is number 2. You feel inadequate and you require constant reassurance. All right. And if this is you, say, yes, that's me. Number three is simple. You can't necessarily trust anyone. And the reason why is because you don't trust yourself because of what I said about number 2. Like subconsciously, you feel like you're inadequate and you suck and you're not necessarily worthy of someone sticking around. So what do? You worry about them leaving. So it's not necessarily that you just don't trust them. That's just a part of it. It's that you don't trust you. You don't trust your own ability to be worthy enough for somebody to stay. You don't believe in yourself. And since you don't believe in yourself, you feel like, regardless of who's around you, they're going to leave you. Right? So the trust, or the not being able to trust, comes from this. I was talking to a young lady a while ago, and I told her it might behoove her to go get therapy, right? And I said, go get therapy from a black man. Why did I say that? She literally says, well, to be honest with you, I don't trust men. And I'm sitting here like, but we're talking on the phone because you want to find love. You want a boyfriend. You want a husband. You want to have kids, right? She said, yeah. She's like, what does that have to do with a therapist? Who you think you're going to have a kid with? Who you think who's going to marry you? A man. So if you don't trust men as a whole, how are you going to actually get into a relationship with a man? And she's like, well, that's different. How is it different? So what's crazy is, and put a 1 in the chat if you actually don't trust men. Instagram, YouTube, put a 1 in the chat if you don't trust men. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't trust men. Because my thing is this. If you don't trust men, how can you imagine wanting to be with a man when you don't trust us? Yep, that's me. I don't trust anyone. I just don't understand. How in the world can you want to be with a man and you don't trust one? Oh, I get it. I know. The official equalizer, right? That official equalizer. You think you put this on him, he's just going to do what you tell him to do, right? And you don't have to worry about the ins and outs of the trust, because as long as he's getting that, you good, right? He ain't gonna leave you as long as he's getting that, right? No, it's not an equalizer. It's not nothing. Okay, because other women have the same thing you have. So instead of just being okay with not trusting the entire male species, how about you do something about it? Because just like I told you, I was talking to the young lady, and she literally was like, I don't want to go to a male therapist because I don't trust men. I was like, wow. So if you don't trust men, how do so many of you have children by men? I know why. You know how I know why? Because of number 4. And this is what's sad. This is what's sad. You don't trust men at all, right? But number 4, you feel the need to be independent and strong in order to hide your deep-seated fear of intimacy. You push people away in order to get them before they get you, in other words. And this is a trust thing, right? This is how y'all are able to have full-blown relationships with men, and you don't trust them at all. This is how you're able to have kids by men, and you don't trust them to save your life. You just look at them like they're the conduit to making a baby. You let them leave, or you complain them out the door. Because guess what? You already are expecting them to leave anyway. So as long as they give you a baby, they can leave. So you put up this, I'm strong, I'm independent, I don't need no man, fake, false, whatever, simply to make you feel better. But as you're strong and independent, you're in a full-blown relationship. But at the end of the day, you never let him in. Y'all can have sex all over the house, but there's no intimacy. Thanks, London Link. They're not trying to hear logic. You shouldn't date someone you don't trust. How does that not make sense? It's sad. And this is what I'm saying. This is why so many black women run around saying that they're strong, independent women. Because they put out this strong, independent feeling, or this it's like a barrier, right? It's almost like I'm independent, I'm strong, but you're in a relationship with a person. How can you be independent and be with somebody? Because there's a barrier. Like, y'all got to do all these different things, but there's no intimacy. Because y'all are like this. It's like two magnets. You try to push them together. You won't let them just touch you, right? And the touching is your soul. You won't let him touch your soul. So you walk around, oh, I'm independent, I'm strong, but you got a whole boyfriend. You don't have a whole baby by this man. And this is your fear of intimacy. Because you know, if that man gets over your proverbial wall, he has you. So you don't let him have you. And in your mind, you're like, he ain't shit anyway, so I don't care. But you'll have that baby though. See, there's a real reason. There's a real reason why 80% of black households are ran by single mothers. Because you'll trust a being that comes out of your body, which is a baby. But nowhere in this world are you going to trust a man. So you'll do all these things with a man, but you're not going to let him have your heart. Because that one or two people in your past broke your heart, and you feel like all men are trash. So all we are baby makers for you. Just so you can have your baby and so you can go on about your business. Because in your mind, you don't think the man is going to stick around anyway. So what's the difference? What's the point? We all are no good in your mind, right? So it's almost safer. It almost makes you feel better to walk around being strong and independent because you already have expectations that the man is going to leave you anyway. So why be feminine? Why be laid back? Why be vulnerable when all he's going to do is leave you, right? So your job as a black woman is to get whatever you can out of the man before he leaves you. So you got to get the baby. Because if he leave, because guess what? The baby isn't really going to leave you. Or you got 20 years or about what, 17 years before the baby is capable of leaving you, right? So you have that baby, now you have a child, and now the child is making you feel better about your abandonment issues. So now once you have the child, now you feel a little bit better about your abandonment issues. Because when a man comes in your life and leaves, you still got this little kid sitting here. The kid is just sitting there staring at you, and the kid can't go nowhere. So it doesn't feel that bad when a man leaves you because you got this baby, or you got this toddler, or you got this young person going to elementary school. They can't leave you. That's one of the reasons why so many black women have babies without even caring about the kid's dad. Because you need that baby in order to help cope with your abandonment issues. So now when a man leaves you, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal now because you have a coping mechanism, a little cute coping mechanism that follows you around all day long. So now your abandonment issues aren't that bad. But now you just made another fatherless child. Had a baby by Pookie or Ray Ray. But guess what? You didn't care. Why? Because you felt like he was going to leave you anyway. So what difference does it make? You got a baby out of it. Number 5. Kind of like goes along with number 4. You have unrealistic expectations on purpose. I'll say that again. You have unrealistic expectations on purpose. Right, London Link. Babies love you unconditionally. So you'll have these unrealistic, how y'all have these crazy expectations. Oh, y'all make sure to hit the like button, y'all. You know how y'all have these crazy outlandish expectations? You don't ever expect somebody to actually jump through all these hoops. You have these unrealistic expectations for one particular reason. As long as somebody doesn't or continues to justify what you already are thinking, he's gonna leave me anyway. Thank you so much, Miss Nicole, for the $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Great work, bro. Clubhouse crew. If y'all are not on Clubhouse, we be killing it all day long. My dog loves me unconditionally. See? This woman is talking about her dog loves her unconditionally. Y'all see what I'm saying? I'm not just making this stuff up. Y'all. All right, Instagram, go over to YouTube right now. Go to YouTube. You got, I'm going to say, you have 30 seconds to go to YouTube, and I'm going to cut this off. 30 seconds to go to YouTube, and I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to number 6 and I got a bonus one also. I did say 6, but I actually have a 7th one. So I'm about to go to number 6 and number 7. And if y'all don't go to YouTube, you're going to miss it. So go to YouTube so you won't miss it. Everybody go to YouTube. I got 2 more, and we're going to see how all of this links to your mother. Remember, we ain't got to your mother yet. So make sure to go to YouTube because I'm going to cut y'all off in about 15 seconds now. Go to YouTube right now. Why is that number not going down? Go over to YouTube. MrLetGo. All right. So you have unrealistic expectations on purpose because deep down, you're simply giving them an out because you don't think they want to stay anyway. You ever had somebody leave you and you was like, I knew it. I knew you weren't going to stay. You know what? I knew it. My mom told me you wasn't shit. That's it. You put all these unrealistic expectations. You put this wall up. You don't want to be intimate. You don't trust men. You have this barrier up. He feels it, right? You have all these unrealistic expectations. You got him doing all these things, jumping through all these hoops. Why? In order to justify your own existence of being anxious, of being unworthy. See, when you have an identity, whether it's bad or good, you have a job, without even realizing it, of justifying your existence. Say I was a tough guy, right? And I'll run around telling people I beat their ass, right? Well, guess what? I will have to justify my existence by actually finding somebody to beat up. So I could say, you know what I did yesterday, right? I beat so-and-so's ass. So you keep talking, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm Mr. Tough Guy, right? I can't be Mr. Tough Guy. I can't run around saying I'm Mr. Tough Guy unless I've done something to justify my existence. Can I run around saying that I got a whole bunch of women and without having a whole bunch of women? No, I can't say I got all these women and I don't have all these women. I have to do the things that justify my existence or justify my identity. So in this particular situation, which all these numbers actually coincide with each other, or all these reasons, you are a person with abandonment issues. So on a normal basis, you have to justify people abandoning you. You don't want them to abandon you, but to a certain degree, you need them to abandon you in order to justify your narrative of people always abandoning you. I'll say it again. You don't want people to abandon you, but you need them to abandon you. Because if the people that you complain about abandoning you don't abandon you, you don't have the identity of a person with abandonment issues. And you can't be victim until they abandon you. So what you do is you put up all these crazy expectations so they'll disappoint you. You ever had somebody like, oh, everybody's always disappointing me? The reason why everybody's disappointing you is because you put all these expectations out, sitting around waiting on them to disappoint you. And when they disappoint you, you say, see, I knew it. You're simply justifying your own existence as a person who keeps getting disappointed, because you got to justify your own existence. All right. Y'all asses didn't go to YouTube. Go to YouTube, MrLetGo. So I'm dropping this. Go to YouTube, y'all. Delete video. Thank you. You have to take accountability for yourself. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Number 6. We're about to get really, really deep. So before I get to number 6, make sure to hit the like button and make sure to share this out on Facebook right now, because we just started. Okay. We ain't even got to your mom part. So make sure to share this out on Facebook right now. Victimhood is an addictive drug. Facts, Corey Bentley. I call it perpetual victimization. Perpetual victimization. A lot of women have the need to be victims to every damn body. All right, so number 6. Whew, this is going to hit a lot of people right here. Number 6, you're quick to become offended. Being offended by the damn wind blowing keeps your guard up, and that keeps you feeling safe. I'll say it again. You're quick to become offended. I'm on Clubhouse, right? I don't know if Miss Nicole is still in here, but we did a well, Miss Nicole, she did a room, and we were talking about some things, and all of a sudden all these butthurt women start coming up. I can't believe you said this, and da da da. And a woman said something, right? And I literally just agreed with the woman. And the woman said, I can't believe MrLetGo said this about black women, da 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 da. And I'm like, first of all, I didn't say that. So-and-so said that. I just agreed with that, right? And she was just all upset. And once I was able to prove to her that a woman said that and not me, she was magically no longer mad, because her narrative was the black man is the enemy. I can't believe a black man said A, B, and C. But once she realized that a black woman said it, she instantly wasn't even mad no more. Because number 6 is you're quick to become offended, and you have to be a victim of the enemy, which is sadly the black man. You know what I mean? The enemy isn't a black woman, like, it's a black man, because those are the people, or that is the person who's always abandoning you, right? Because we're talking about abandonment issues. So you have to continue to run around being offended by black men, so you can keep the narrative going of black men aren't meant to be trusted, because they're always abandoning people, right? So you could turn around and find yourself being offended literally every time a black man says something. I'm talking about, you get on Clubhouse, women are like, oh, it was the other day, I had a woman waiting an hour just to come up, because for those of you who don't know about Clubhouse, you're in the audience, and then you can raise your hand and you can come up on stage and you have an opportunity to speak, right? So me and some other people were on stage, and this woman says, yes, I've been here for an hour and I've been waiting to speak, and MrLetGo, I'm gonna give you a piece of my mind. And I'm like, so you spent a whole hour just in the audience just being offended? She was like, yes, I wanted to give you a piece, but I can't believe you said this and said that. Da, 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 da. I'm like, yo, so she's been this angry and riled up for over 60 minutes? God, boy, I can't imagine if you had kids. I bet while you was on Clubhouse, sit down, shut up, go in there, leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, for that whole hour, you were probably like nuts. But sadly, a lot of you are just so used to being offended, where you start looking for new things to be offended by, because you have to keep the narrative going of your perpetual victimization. You got to be a victim, because this is what comes with having abandonment issues. You have to be abandoned by everybody. You have to justify your existence. You can't not be abandoned and still have abandonment issues, right? How can you have abandonment issues and not be abandoned? So you have to keep some type of perpetual victimization going on in your head. Did you hear what he said? What? See, these black men, these men, they're this. Girl, he gonna leave you. He gonna leave you. It's sad. All right, number 7. You're a loser chooser, and being a loser chooser is advantageous to you. Now, what is a loser chooser? You're a woman who got pregnant by a Pookie or Ray Ray. And of course, the way you justify why you did something so dumb is, I was young. I was young. I was, you know what I'm saying? The baby could be like 1 year old. You have a whole toddler, 1 year old. I was young. Really? You was young 9 months ago? Really? Really? 9 months ago, you were young. Fellas, put in a chat if you've heard virtually every woman you ever heard in your life. I mean, if you ever knew in your life, and every time they make a mistake, they say they were young. Put a one in the chat if you've ever heard a woman say, I was young before. Put a one in the chat if you ever heard a woman say, well, I was young. You can have a baby still in your belly talking about, well, I was young. That was 4 months ago. You're 4 months pregnant. What are you talking about? You were young. What are you talking about? You were young. So a lot of women surround themselves with dumb people. Their homegirls be dumb. They complain about her. Oh my God, my friend, why won't she leave him? You need to leave him. You need a friend that's dumb so you can validate your existence, because guess what? One, you can live through their pain and you can share your pain with them, and y'all can just regurgitate each other's stupidness and trauma and issues, right? And they're never going to judge you because they're dumb, right? You got a whole bunch of stupid friends. So now every time you do something stupid, nobody's going to judge you because they're too dumb to judge you. They're doing twice as much stupid stuff as you doing, right? You had a baby by Pookie, but they had a baby by Pookie and Ray Ray. You know what I'm saying? So since they've done stuff dumber than you did, you can keep them in your life without feeling judged, because who are they to judge you? Make sure I need 10 likes, y'all. I need 10 likes. Go over to the side, come out of the chat, hit the little button on the side. It'll open up, and then right up under the video, you'll see the normal buttons that's usually up under the YouTube video. You hit the like button or hit the unlike button, and boom, hit the chat button again. You'll come back in the chat. But let's do that real quick. Let's do that. We are grossly low on likes because now we're about to go into how your mom may have taught you all of this without even you knowing it. So let's get the likes up. I'll read these comments while y'all work on the likes. Come on, y'all, get the likes up and I'll read these comments. My dog is so smart. It's so sad. All right. Corey says, hey, being born a black man in America means being the most likely suspect. But if I focus on that, I give the victimization power. I'm glad you said that last part, Corey, because the thing about it is, we men do we do perpetual victimization also as black men, but we don't blame women. We blame the white man. The man is trying to keep me down. See, look at the police. The police. Oh my God, the police. Look at the white people storming the Capitol. If it was us, they would have shot all of us. Oh my God, the horror, right? Like button, y'all. Like button, like button, like button, y'all. I'm trying to keep the show going, but y'all don't want to hit the like button. Hit the like button so I can keep going. So as black men, sadly, we don't victimize ourselves as much as black women do, but we are victims. Ladies, put in the chat, because I know y'all been talking about, we've been talking about women. Ladies, put a one in the chat if you heard a black man victimizing himself. Oh, the white man. See, if the white man this and the white man that. If you heard black men whining about white people to you being victims, put a 1 in the chat, ladies. Let's see what these dudes out here doing. Because y'all the ones with them. Do black men sit around whining about white men as much as black women sit around whining about black men? All right. April says, what's up, April? Corey Chu, some women wear their trauma like a badge. Yes, it gets them attention. Yes, perpetual victimization. Facts. I can't find a like button. Okay, look. Under this video, you're in the chat, right? Under the video, go over to the side and it's going to be either X button or like a down button. Hit that button right here on the side, right up under this video. And it's going to open up. And now you're going to be able to see the like and the unlike and all that share and the share button. So hit the like button and share this to somebody on Instagram, on your stories or whatever. And then once you do that, hit the X button again and it'll bring you back into the chat. Because I'm still waiting on y'all to give me get the likes up. I'm still waiting on y'all to get the likes up. We're low on likes, so I'm still waiting on y'all to get the likes up. April Lynn says, I don't have kids. My dog is my child. My parents have been together for 40 years. I was never abandoned till I got with my black boyfriend. See, there we go. You see how she says my black boyfriend, right? He's a huge, and gives his soul to all these women. But you chose him. Y'all stay away from the Pookies and the Ray Rays. It's so sad. Because guess what? April, you chose to be with that man. Thank you, Melissa. Yeah, I see some ones in here, guys. I see some ones in here, guys. Guys, y'all out here in these streets complaining about the white man holding y'all down? Really? The white man is holding me back. The white man, no. Y'all run around running from the white man like he's Godzilla or something. The little Chinese, Chinese people running from Godzilla when Godzilla started tearing down the city and stuff. Y'all black men running from the white man like he Godzilla. Teresa says, get them likes up. We have 40 people watching. Yes. Yes. Tell them, Teresa. Get these damn likes up, y'all. All right. We choose our mates based on where we are. Based on where our standard is at the time. Facts. Y'all making this show longer than it could be. I got a whole bunch of stuff, but y'all don't want to hit the like button. So I'm just going to sit here and look crazy. But let's go back into number 7, because I'll wait before I link all this to your mother, because y'all don't want to hit the like button. But you're a loser chooser, and as long as you're around dumb people, they won't be able to look down on you, and they will never leave you. You see all of this, how all of this is linked to your abandonment issues. Number 1, you're a people pleaser. Number 2, you need constant reassurance by, you being a perpetual victim all the time, so somebody can make you feel good about yourself. Number 3, you can't trust anyone. You run around talking about you don't trust men, but you want a whole man to be with. Number 4, you feel the need to be an independent, strong woman in order to hide your, innate fear of intimacy. You'll have a whole baby by a dude, but he can't be intimate with you, right? Sad. Number 5, you have unrealistic expectations on purpose. You have unrealistic expectations on purpose because you want them to leave you, because you have to validate your existence of being a person with abandonment issues. You can't run around talk about you got abandonment issues if nobody's abandoning you, right? Number 6, you're quick to become offended. You're offended by everything. You all in people's comments, you just mad, and you just mad for no reason because you need that feeling of being offended. It kind of like keeps you on your toes, right? You're on your toes all the time, so you now feel safe because you walking around like just like a cat. You know how a cat be like, you just so ready, like your claws out, no matter what's going on, you just ready to attack, right? So you need that feeling of being offended all the time so you can always be on guard, right? Which is sad. And the last is you are sadly a loser chooser. I mean, male and female. All your friends are dumb and stupid, and the guys you deal with or the women you deal with dumb and stupid. Because at the end of the day, if you're surrounded by dumb, stupid people, guess who's the smartest person in the room? You. And that makes you feel good about yourself. And on top of that, because there's always a caveat, they won't leave you because they're too dumb to leave you. All right. I'm very argumentative, but in a good way, though. Is that bad? Yes, that's bad. There's no reason to be argumentative. There's nothing wrong with having a healthy debate, but if you're running around being argumentative, there's an inadequacy problem, in my opinion. So let's go back up to number 2. You require constant reassurance, Alton, possibly. And that's the reason why you may be argumentative. You may want to debate or argue your point because you want to be heard and you need to feel like you're smart. So you start arguments so you can win them, right? That's the reason why people argue, so they can win. And what do they get out of being the winner of the argument? They get reassured that they're smart. They get reassured that they're worth listening to. So I don't know if that's you, but I hope that helps. All right, so forget it. We all right with the likes. All right, so here's the thing. Some of you may not realize that, okay, first of all, hold on. How many of these 7 abandonment issues are you? So put in the chat, how many of these abandonment issues match your life? 1 through 7. How many of these abandonment issues match your life? And next, I want to ask, how many of these abandonment issues do you think you got from your mother? See, some of y'all, whether you know it or not, were born specifically because your mom had abandonment issues. Your mom thought that if she gets pregnant by your dad, it's going to make him stay. Delisha said 3. Alta said 2. So let me say this again. Some of you were born, you're alive and kicking, specifically because your mom had abandonment issues and she wanted to keep your dad, and it didn't work. She had a whole baby trying to trap your dad, and your dad probably despised her for it and left, or couldn't get along with your mama. Well, that's good, Paris. You don't have any. That's good. That's always good because I don't want y'all to have these issues. So that's good. I had hard walls around me, but I heard okay. But I heard you say that you just stupid. At first, I was mad. Then I started laughing, and something so broke inside, and it made me start looking inside. I still don't. I guess don't trust men. Well, Diane, seek out some therapy. I'm not a therapist, but I have coaching. So if any of these things have, triggered you, or you may feel like some of these things are possibly you, well, under this video, I got a link that it just says book a session, or send me a DM on Instagram, Mr_Letgo. And yeah, we can do a one-on-one and, help get you in the direction. I'm somewhat of a prerequisite to therapy because I'm not a therapist, but I can most definitely help. I've helped hundreds of women. I don't think thousands yet, but I've helped hundreds of women. So you feel like this is you, you don't have to do this alone. You don't have to go through this alone, because a lot of people are so afraid to go to therapy. It's cool. Go to a coach before you go to a therapy. Go to a therapist, Black women always playing this narcissistic card when you hold them accountable for their action. Who said they were? Somebody called somebody a narcissist? My son's father always says I trapped him, but I don't feel the way. See? That's what I'm saying. And some of your mothers tried to trap your dad. And that's probably the only reason why you're on this earth right now, because your mom devised a plan to keep your dad from abandoning her. Because remember, this is about, did you inherit your abandonment issues from your mother? So, what do y'all think? Do you think that some of these abandonment issues that you have, do you think they just came out of nowhere? Or do you think you inherited them from your mother? Some of you men may have seen your mom's abandonment issues in real time because she still babies you. She doesn't want you to move out. She's always calling you every 2 seconds. Some of y'all were born in order to be your mom's coping mechanism for her abandonment issues. Because like I said earlier, sometimes women don't trust men, don't allow a man to be totally intimate with her, but she'll have a whole baby by him. And the reason why she does this could be because she needs a living, breathing coping mechanism. She needs a living, breathing person that she knows isn't going to leave her. Men done left her, daddy left her, mama left her. She was raised by her grandmama. Grandmama died. All these people done left her. But guess what? Her baby can't. But now, with y'all are grown. And guess what? You are now your mother's parent. You are still your mom's coping mechanism to this day. So now, since you left the household and finally left, and your mom was mad that you left, now she done got old. She ain't got no man. She ain't got no husband. She's calling you every 2 seconds. because she still has those abandonment issues. She should have got a dog instead. I'm saying, April, I grew up in a 2-parent household. My thought is if we are a couple not using protection, wouldn't pregnancy come next? Yep. It always comes next. Well, not always, but it usually comes next. And ain't nobody dumb. He either wants to make a baby with you so he can trap you because he has abandonment issues. So I'm not just talking about women. Put a 1 in the chat if you either had a man try to trap you with a baby, put a baby in you, or you've heard of somebody close to you where a guy tried to trap her with a baby. Put a 1 in the chat if the ladies are out here getting trapped by men with abandonment issues also. Momo B says true. These dudes be trapping women. It ain't just the women trying to trap dudes. Feeling awake in 75. 1. April, she says 1. God, April, you got that many kids? I'm just joking. Hold on. April got how many baby daddies? April got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Good Lord, April, how many baby daddies you got? I'm just joking, April. April, what all them baby daddies? All right. A male guy I knew did that to this girl. Why is he a male guy? You do know a guy is a male, right? She just said a male guy. Yo, what is up with all these ones? Bro, some of y'all dudes should be offended, ashamed of yourselves. All these women are putting these ones down here. See? So ladies, these men, they have abandonment issues also. That's why some of them be trying to go upside your head because they got abandonment issues. And a lot of the times, your abandonment issues, his abandonment issues, came from your mother. Momo B, try to have a conversation with your mom about how you feel, but do it in a way that is both respectable, and expresses all of what you feel. I totally agree with that, bro. Diane Dickerson says, my dad lied to my mom. He told her he was sterile. Damn. And that he didn't want kids. He lied. They were both in the service, and my mom helped raise her siblings. That was a typo, Aaron. Oh, it's okay. It's cool. We all know if you lay down with a guy without a protection, what's going to happen. Exactly. But y'all keep doing it. 2021. Let's see how many. Hold on. You know what? In 2021, how many fatherless babies are there going to be? Let's have a fatherless baby sweepstakes in 2021. Let's see how many stupid people are still out here being stupid. Do y'all think since it's 2021, people are no longer dumb and stupid? Or you think they still going to be spitting out fatherless babies everywhere? Put a 1 in the chat if you think in 2001, it's still going to be a whole bunch of stupid people spitting out fatherless babies. Mm-mm-mm. 2021 are we still gonna spit out fatherless babies, ladies? Are y'all still gonna have babies by Pookies and Ray Rays in 2021? Come on, y'all. Well, actually, I have to say 2020 and 21 because yeah, it's sad. But yeah, I think it's important for you guys to find out or just look back at how your mom acted, the way your mom thought, the way your mom ran the household, what happened with your dad and your mom, and say to yourself, did I inherit my insecurities and abandonment issues from my mother? And if you did, it will behoove you to sit down with a therapist so you can let all that stuff go. If you're afraid to go to a therapist, hit me up. I got a link under this video, or you can DM me, Mr_Letgo on Instagram. Let's do something about this. Because if you don't, you may be one of the dummies still run around spitting out fatherless babies in 2021. Don't be one of them. All these ones. So sad. But with all that being said, I am out of here, and y'all have a wonderful night. And before you go, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and get ready for my next video.